The Sino-French War, also known as the Tonkin War in Vietnam, was a military conflict fought between China and France in the late 19th century. The war took place from 1884 to 1885 and was fought over control of Vietnam and Taiwan. In the late 19th century, France had already colonized Vietnam and was looking to expand its influence in the region. However, China also claimed sovereignty over Vietnam and Taiwan, and tensions between the two countries began to escalate. The Sino-French War began in August 1884 when French forces attacked the Chinese fleet at the Battle of Fuzhou. The French quickly gained control of Taiwan and then moved their forces into Vietnam. The Chinese resistance was strong, however, and the war soon turned into a protracted guerrilla conflict. The war was fought on land and sea and involved some of the most advanced military technologies of the time. The French employed modern artillery and machine guns, while the Chinese relied on more traditional methods of warfare. Despite the strength of the Chinese resistance, the French were eventually able to defeat the Chinese and establish control over Vietnam. The Chinese were forced to sign the Treaty of Tientsin, which recognized French control over Vietnam and Taiwan. The Sino-French War had significant political and economic consequences for China and France. For China, the war was a humiliating defeat and marked the beginning of a long period of decline. The loss of Taiwan was particularly significant as it represented a strategic and economic asset for China. For France, the war was a major victory and helped to establish its position as a colonial power in Southeast Asia. The success of the war also had domestic political consequences as it helped to bolster the reputation of the French military and government. The Sino-French War was a significant event in the history of China and France. It marked the beginning of French colonization of Vietnam and established France as a major colonial power in Southeast Asia. The war had lasting political and economic consequences for both countries, and its legacy can still be seen in the region today.